I mean, I guess it's the heart of the lion. Well, we're now at a point where everyone's just going to play through injuries and destroy themselves for any potential chance of a playoff run. I gotta give T credit here because T could sit down and say, I'm not gonna play because guess what? I am on a contract here. And I don't want to play because I don't want to risk injury and not get paid. Because let's be honest, if T, let's say for example, if something happens, hypothetically speaking, knock on wood, it doesn't, and he gets hurt even worse playing in this broken rib injury, he could be out for the season. If he's out for the season and he's not ready to go next year, he's not getting paid big money. He's not. Because what they're going to do is look at what he did this year. Now, again, he is a top 10 receiver. I think he's a top 5 receiver right now at this moment in time. But what they're going to say is, what teams are going to try to justify is, well, we're not going to give you top money because why would we give you top money? You got hurt last year. You clearly have injury concerns. You've been hurt before in your career. So, T has nothing to gain by playing this next game versus the Arizona Cardinals, right? Do I think we can win without T? Yes, I do believe we can beat the Arizona Cardinals without T. Higgins. So him playing this is really just, again, the fight of the tiger of wanting to play with your team and wanting to go out there and win. And a lot of it might come down to the fact that, again, T is a true competitor. He is. At the end of the day, it is what it is. He's a very good competitor. And after that week, 3 performance versus the Rams, where was it week 3? Yeah, week 3 performance versus the Rams, where T dropped so many wide open catches in that game. I mean, it was over and over again. 5 drop catches. He didn't really get the chance to go off last week versus the Titans. Obviously, no one on offense got a chance, it seemed like. But even though, let's say hypothetically speaking, in the second half, he goes down with a rib injury, he's out for the rest of the game. So there wasn't even that chance, in the second half for him to go out there and try his best to go off. He had no chance. And I know, knowing T and how much of a competitor this guy is, that ate him up most likely. And I'm not speaking for T here, because again, like I said, I don't know 100% what T's feeling, but knowing he's a competitor, that probably ate him up. Because he wanted to show off in that Titans game and be like, you know what, listen, I'm the guy. I'm the man, right? And week 2 versus the Ravens, he had 2 tutties and 86 yards. Here's what he had to say about him playing potentially on Sunday. Really, it's just up to me, Higgins said Monday regarding his timetable for return. Pain-wise, I might be able to go this week. I might not. You never know. And then following that up, he said here, but later evaluation revealed that he fractured the rib after he believed he landed wrong. The 4th-year wide receiver out of Clemson said it's not an injury that will force him out to miss multiple weeks. They tried to take me in, but I said I wanted to finish the half out and then check on it at halftime, Higgins said. And again, that really comes down to him being a true competitor and also not wanting to be taken off the field. Higgins did not receive a contract extension on his rookie deal. One does not appear to be imminent. But despite the lack of long-term security, Higgins is more concerned with playing as the Bengals try to improve a 1-3 start. Where the team is right now, I feel like my presence on the field can really help the team, Higgins said. The next few weeks are huge. Me just going out there making plays that I know I can make will help the team out. And again, this is the same argument on why Joe Burrow should be out there and playing, right? And why T. Higgins should be out there and playing, because we need everyone we can to win these games. And it's true. I mean, it's 100% true, right? We do need to win these games. That is a factual statement, and if we do not win these games, our season is over, right? That's its facts, right? But again, like I said, it is one of those situations where you look at long term, and you say, okay, can we get this W this week without T. Higgins? And chances are you got to say yes, right? You got to say yes because, again, believe in the fact that the Cardinals, we're going to beat them. We can beat this team. We're going to be a tough game, but we can get this job done. As long as you believe you can beat this team, then you look at, okay, what's the risk reward, right? Everything is a risk reward. When they put in Joe week 1, what was the risk? He has a calf strain. He's not 100%. He can't step in his throws. It's slippery. It's muddy. It's rainy. If he gets hit, bam, season's over for him. If something goes bad, because that's a calf strain near his Achilles, near his ACL, PCL, MCL, all that stuff down there. Chances are, if something goes wrong and problems happen, bam, there's a problem. That's a risk reward, right? What's the reward? Maybe you beat Cleveland. Instead, you get blown out by Cleveland. Week 2 versus the Ravens. What's the risk? Risk, same thing as before. Reward, maybe beat the Ravens. You lose to the Ravens. Same thing week 3 versus the Rams. Same thing week 4 versus Titans. And it's, again, that's like just Joe Burrow every single week. Now, what's the risk of putting T. Higgins in this game? Again, someone takes a cheap shot on him. He gets hit after the whistle. He lands wrong when he catches the ball again. And now he's in severe pain. And he is out for multiple weeks. He is out for 4 to 6 weeks. And we don't have him until the end of the season. Rather than the reward is, he goes out there and potentially, let's say he does do what, he did versus the Baltimore Ravens. 86 yards and 2 tutties. Okay, that's a great reward. But is that reward worth, is a chance of him doing that worth the risk of him potentially being out for a month and a half? Potentially. And again, knock on wood, it doesn't happen. But this is why there's always a risk-reward scenario. I will say this is an interesting take a lot of people have been commenting in my comment section about, is that Zach Taylor is a player coach, right? The player kind of dictates if they want to play or not. And as T says right here, really is up to me. Now, that's not how it flies on every single NFL team. There are some NFL teams and coaches that will not let that decision be up to you. They will say, no, we're going to look at what's best for the team in a long-term perspective. And even if you want to play, I am sorry, but you are not healthy enough to play. And the risk right now is not worth it for you to go out there and risk injuring yourself more, and we need you down the stretch. Now, again, like I said, it's hard to, as coaches to kind of corral that because you have competitors, right? These men in the NFL are the top of their game. They're the biggest competitors on earth, right? They want to play. They want to win. They want to taste victory, right? So it's hard to really sit there and say, oh, no, you can't play, I'm sorry, but that's just not going to work. Because these competitors, they'll fight back against that, right? And they want to go out there and play their best. Because if the team loses and they're not out there, they feel like, again, as T says right here, my presence is needed. They feel like if they went out there and the team loses, that's on them. That's just how they feel. But again, like I said, it is what it is. And Higgins ending this right here, I think is the best way to end this video. He said it hurts, but I'm a football player at the end of the day, Higgins said. The game is brutal. You got to play through things like this. And the last point I'll make is like this, right? We talked about this before, a couple weeks ago, and I do want to bring this point up again. There are certain injuries in the NFL you can play through. A bruised finger, a dislocated finger, a broken thumb, players have played through. Maybe like you have a shoulder. It's not broken, but it's like a little bit sore. Sprained shoulder, sprained arm. There are injuries that you can play through, and then there's injuries that if you play through, you have a risk of really ending your not only season but career, right? And obviously those are the ACL, PCL, MCL tears. Those are the Achilles tears. Those are the calf strains, grade 2 and plus, right? Not grade 1, grade 2 and plus. And can you play through those? Absolutely. Is it smart? No, it's not. And no doctor will ever tell you that you should be playing on any of those injuries. Because chances are, yeah, you're probably going to hurt something else, and you're probably going to cause more problems down the line than you have right now. And again, like I said before, some players, we saw Tom Brady, who's probably the biggest competitor on earth. He played through an MCL tear and won the Super Bowl. And didn't tell anybody about it. He kept it to himself, which is very dangerous for a player to do, not to disclose an injury, at least to their team, to their medical staff, to kind of get, the best treatment possible. Now, Tom is obviously, a outlier in all this, because Tom has his own, TB12 method, and He does his own thing, right? And he's been in the league so long, he knows about MCL, ACL, PCL, how to recover, all that kind of stuff. But again, like you said, that's not every single player, right? He's a very slim outlier. Not and no other player should ever play on an MCL tear or ACL or PCL tear and think that that is okay to play on, because again, there's a reason why there's a long recovery time. It's not because they want you to kind of, twiddle your thumbs. It's because that is what the body needs to heal up and get better. And the human body, while yes, these football players are great athletes, they're amazing, they at the end of the day are still humans. Okay? They're just humans like you and me. Yes, they are great athletes and they are great players and they put on great shows. But their human bodies, their ribs, their organs, everything, it functions like a normal human. Might be better because they're more healthy than the average American. Does not change anything when it comes to tears, injuries, etc. They might recover faster, but they're not immune. We have seen that in football so much every single year. They are not immune to these injuries. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next one.